It's a time for pick it from China. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video, it's time to unleash the beast, because this is absolutely a beast of a handheld. We're going to talk about the Anbernic RG552. So when it comes to the king of producing handhelds, I think Anbernic is one of those brands from AliExpress to create a lot of different handhelds. But despite that this thing is quite expensive, I was still very excited about it, because this thing is a beast in different ways. So to begin with, this is Android based, and this is, so far I know, the first time Anbernic ever released something like this. And Anbernic is like an amazing company in my opinion that still shits out too many handhelds but make like good quality handhelds. So this thing, like all the other ones, is flawed. It has some issues. It did come with a very good charger. So when you're looking at everything, like, it is so much better quality. For example, it comes with a very nice quality cable. There are some SD cards that comes with it, depending what kind of version you're having. And then we're having the screen protector. We're going to get ourselves the wipes, and something you need to take consideration for once in your life: read the freaking manual if you're getting this, because this thing has so much functionalities, and yeah, you just need to read it. Do a quick overview of like what it can do, because this thing is quite complex. Of course, I did it myself, just read it, just to see what you can do with it, because the functionalities of this device are like crazy. But okay, so we're also going to explain what you can do with it. So let's take a close look at this gigantic beast. And why is this a beast? Yeah, not only of the emulation performance, because you're going to get yourself some beefcake arms using this, because oh man, it's very, very heavy. But let's take a close look at the handheld itself. What are we going to get and how good is it? Because there are some things that you need to know before you even consider buying this. When you're looking at the Anbernic design, they are using the similar designs with all the other versions, from let's say the RG350 and later. And it's not a bad thing, and especially when you're going to get bigger. But bigger is not always better. Already mentioned, this thing is quite heavy. And how heavy it is, let's take a close look at that. In total, this thing weighs 356 grams. And now you're thinking, is it heavy? That is quite heavy when you basically compare it with other handhelds. And of course, depending what, because Anbernic also made metal handhelds, and those are even more of a beefcake of an handheld. But 356 grams, I don't know, like if you hold this thing in your hand for a very long time, it's not going to be super comfortable. Okay, so one of the things I wish they like going to improve, or getting like an extra bracket that you can click it in. So this thing is quite flat. So when you're holding it, it's not going to be like very comfortable to hold, compared with some Powkiddy devices that have like very nice comfortable shapes. That's maybe something that is personal, but that is something I wish they changed out in the future. And overall design, I really like it. And it looks like it's a metal case like the previous model, but everything is made out of plastic. Okay, so at the left side of the device, we're going to get ourselves the nice quality Nintendo Switch look-alike joystick. So we're going to get a D-pad, and the D-pad, I can say like I love this D-pad. Then we're going to get ourselves here the selection button. Is a very long travel membrane. Here we're going to get the volume control. At the top we're going to get a very nice clicky shoulder buttons, but the main problem I'm having when you're holding it, I think it's not the best design, because you always need to move around with your fingers. Some of the handhelds basically like put them in a row. That works way better in my opinion. Then we're going to get two USB connection, both Type-C. We're going to get the HDMI out. I don't know if this is going to be working on the release I'm having here, because in the future they will give some more updates and fix some issues. And here we're going to get the headphone jack out. Okay, at the right side we're going to get this clicky on and off button. Then you need to hold for a couple of seconds for turning it on. Then we're going to get start, the same button like the select, the ABXY. I must say that I personally really like the travel of this. It doesn't really have like a mushy feeling to it. It feels very nice. And of course we're going to get the joystick. But at the bottom part, there we're going to get some interesting features. And my camera is not focusing anymore. Great. Okay, so at the bottom part we're going to get two speakers. And those speakers are not bad at all. Another thing that I like about it, that we're going to get two, or better said, the dual slot SD function. And the reason why, because also we're having a dual option when it comes to a dual boot. Then we're going to get the reset button over here. So they basically put it in the left models and the outside. And I think it's very convenient, because if you want to reset the system, you can do that fairly easy over here. So when it comes to the display itself, the display isn't very nice quality display. It's a widescreen. Yeah, so the only thing that basically, the only emulator that utilizes is the PlayStation Portable. But Normally with the software we can put in the original 4:3 aspect ratio. So I must say, like, what I do like about some of these handhelds, like from Anbernic, that they having like the special displays with a great resolution, simply because they just want to focus on the retro gaming. But this is more like an all-in-one version. An option I think is pretty damn cool that we can use it with the touch. And the reason I'm saying with the touch, I did review a lot of Android devices, like really old ones with very old Android. And the main problem I had with those is that they didn't have a touch at all. So, and now we do have the option, we also can navigate through it. The normal buttons, we don't need any weird configuration, that works out of the box. But let's take a close look at the other option, because this is just Android. We can add ourselves like some new emulators if you want to. Here you can see we have RetroArch, PlayStation Portable Emulator and all the other stuff. But you can also just play some games with it. When powering on, you will notice that there is a fan inside to keep this thing cool. And there is only one minor downside to this. So it's not very loud, but it will always be on. So this is not a situation that it will go off when you're just browsing on the internet or just messing around with it. No, it's always on. Let's say it's not very loud, but it's noticeable. Another thing is when you're going to put it flat on the surface, and that is in my opinion a little bit of a bummer. There is some space between, let's say, the table and the fan because of the rubber pads at the bottom, but still it's a very minor difference. And that is something that I think isn't going to be an issue, because you can hear you're blocking the fan. So if you're just going to like use this thing like this, you just want to maybe watch a video, you're blocking the fan. And that is maybe me being nitpicky about it, but yeah, it cannot be good for this thing, for the fan and for the cooling for the device. But let's talk about the dual boot option. What I love about it, the Android part is great, but if you just want to play some games, you're going to get yourself the Bodhera SD card. You can make it yourself, you can buy it, it's all up to you what you want to do with it. And by powering on, you're going to get into the menu of Bodhera and you can just play your games. No mumbo jumbo, it's just super easy to do, and that is what I really love about it. This dual boot option is absolutely amazing. To be honest with you guys, like, I'm a big fan of Bodhera, and what you can do with it is so much cool. Like, so much cooler than Android itself. Of course, with Android you can download the Apple applications, you can basically like get a front end, but this is just everything that you're going to need if you just want to play some games. If you want to play some MAME and all the other stuff, it will run just fine. But we're going to test out, let's see how capable it is with, let's say, Sega Dreamcast. It will look amazing because you can already see on the display itself looks so much better than I've seen before. But yeah, I think that is something we can expect when you're paying so much more money for a device like this. Okay guys, so let's take a close look at one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games to play. And yeah, it has been set to widescreen, so you can also put it back in 4:3 if you want to, but just going to leave it like this. I don't really mind the widescreen. Yeah, I know, I like it. It's stretched up like crazy. But I keep mentioning like the audio itself, it's absolutely amazing. Like, you're paying a lot of more money for this device, but absolutely you can see it from here and there. Like, the display is better, everything, like the audio. So, okay, and here we're going to get the parts. So we're going to use the shoulder buttons a lot. So when you're going to start to play some basic games for PlayStation Portable, it runs just fine. Doesn't help my gameplay, of course. But a lot of fun games you can play, work just fine. But wouldn't be surprised if we're going to do more some extended testing. A game like God of War will have issues, of course. Love the soundtrack. Okay, so we're reaching now the point that we're going to get more powerful handhelds, and when you want to play games like N64, it will always be like a mixed performance depending what kind of emulator you're running and what kind of game. But you're getting a way better performance that we have seen with the first generation of Anbernic devices. So that's quite, I can say, quite exciting. Another platform that will run just fine is of course Sega Dreamcast. And I'd say, like, depending on what kind of emulator also you're running, because with Android we can use it with Redream. Redream is an amazing piece of software. But when it comes to the FPS and the amazing speed that you're going to get with this device, And when you listen to the soundtrack of this game, it's amazing, combined with the tiny speakers that comes in this handheld. But if you're just searching for an handheld that can play some MAME, I think this will not be the handheld that you should buy. And the reason why, because when you're looking into the old stuff, 8-bit, 16-bit, MAME, you name it, most Anbernic handheld will run it just fine. Even like the other brands like Powkiddy. But most of the time what you're going to get are handhelds that doesn't have the same freaking weight like this device. And they will have like a less quality screen, because this one looks just amazing. Yeah, are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Nope, you're still not done. I am done. Okay guys, so let's take a close look at this specification list. It's time for the wicked nerdy time. The CPU is on a Rockchip 3399, that's basically in hexa core. And then we're going to get the GPU, this Mali T860, RAM 4GB LPDDR4. The battery life, it seems to be like this thing has 2x 3200 mAh batteries inside and gives you around the game time for around 6 hours. Software is Android and Bottleshare Linux. Already mentioned, it's dual boot, so basically we can do a lot of cool things with this. But what do I think of the new RG552? To begin with, I was excited because it's Android, so it's something completely new. Because in the last couple of years they are releasing new handhelds over and over again in a different shape, but only with the same specs and kind of software that we have seen before. This is something new and something exciting. So when you're looking at the device, it still has some flaws when it comes, for example, with the volume control over here. While you're holding it, it's possible you're going to be accidentally like bumping into it. The fan itself, it's all fun that there is a fan, but if you're going to put it on the table, it will eventually like block the fan. You can just hear it sometimes, so that will not be a very good thing to do, especially when it's getting really hot. The price point of this device is way higher than all the other ones, but of course you're going to get more in return. For example, you're going to get a touchscreen, you're going to get add-on functionality, we're going to have the option for Bottleshare. There are so many things you're going to get. And again, like, I wish they like did a rethinking of the design itself. I understand if they want to use the same designs like with the other models, it's all fun and game. But in the thing, I'm more like, dude, like get yourself like a better solution when it comes to design, so it makes it more comfortable. Let me know in the comments, did you ever consider buying it or did you own it? What do you think of this handheld? Well, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become one of the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video. Go